Well, we all know kids need to eat often in order to stay full, and this means nutritious snacks are just as important as healthy meals. Joining us now to talk about all of this and how to create those snacks is registered dietitian Diana Steele. Diana, I understand that routine is so important for kids.
It really is. When a child knows that there's food coming, then they're more comfortable and they feel more security. Whereas if there's a loss of routine or they're not sure if they're going to get a snack or a meal, it can lead to some feeding behaviors that lead to binging or hoarding food and just that feeling of insecurity. So it's really important to have a regular schedule. And children do thrive on routine.
Yeah.
So having those little snacks, just like when you do at school with recess and after school snack, on a weekend, keep your routine, and on vacations, keep your routine, so then they don't have that massive meltdown when you're away on vacation. Keep their blood sugars nice and stable.
Don't let them get hangry.
Exactly. So one of the things you want to think about with the snacks is the nutrients, like you just mentioned, and making sure that there is a source of protein so that it anchors that energy and lasts a little bit longer can really help with that hangry situation and keep them full.
What are some of those good sources of protein?
Yeah, so in here I've got a smoothie. This is a Greek yogurt in the smoothie, and note that it's also a nice small portion. So because children have tiny little tummies, we want to make sure that we're giving them a small amount regularly throughout the day rather than massive portions. So there's Greek yogurt in that, or you could put something like soy milk in there if you wanted. This one also is a Greek yogurt, but there's also nuts on there. So it's a nice fruit parfait, and again, a nice small portion so it's not too overwhelming for the kids. Another great snack option is to do something like a cracker, or you could do a rice cake with almond butter and then strawberries on top. And strawberries are, although they're not in season for us in BC, it is a California strawberry season right now. So you can get California strawberries, and 8 strawberries will give you about 110% of the vitamin C you need in a day.
That's all you need.
Yeah, exactly. So you could do all your, if you wanted to change from oranges, which are from Florida, you could go to California strawberries and have your vitamin C, and you get potassium and some fiber, which helps to keep you regular. And one important part about vitamin C at breakfast time or snack time is that it helps you absorb the iron from plant proteins. And so with almond butter, there's iron, and so the vitamin C from the strawberries will help you absorb that.
All right, and of course you need to get your vegetables in as well.
And so a great time to offer vegetables is after school. Kids often come home from school if they haven't finished their lunch or they've just played a lot at school, they're hungry. And so it's a great opportunity to fill in those nutritional gaps where they maybe aren't getting enough vegetables. So offering vegetables, especially when they're with friends, they tend to be able to take what they would like from the plate. I've also included some protein here like edamame. There's a hard-boiled egg and cheese. So those are all good protein foods, some whole grains, and then fruit and vegetables. Make it colorful and let them pick and choose what they want. Rather than putting it on their plate, because nobody likes to be given things specifically. So let them take their own plate and do it themselves.
And we all know kids love quesadillas, but I haven't seen a quesadilla like this one here.
Yeah, so this is a quesadilla with a Monterey Jack cheese, so nice and mild, and some strawberries. And this is a great opportunity to get your kids to participate in cooking as well. And the more involved they are in food preparation, the more likely they are to eat it. So this, you just put it on a frying pan with a little bit of olive oil, and then you can melt the cheese and cut it into pieces, and they can have 1, 2, or all 4, depending on how big they are.
There you go.
How old they are.
And you mentioned getting kids involved, and a fun way to do that is maybe make a chia seed pudding. I love this. It's a great snack. It's super filling, but sometimes it might take kids a few tries before they're willing to actually eat it themselves.
Exactly. Well, this as a new food, children might go, yeah, not really interested. So one thing you can do is have them do the experiment and make it. But it's also really important to be reminded of that division of responsibility between parents and children, and it's our role as a parent to provide healthy foods at regular intervals during the day in a format that they can handle. It's up to the children to decide if they're going to eat and how much.
Got it.
And so we can't force them to do that. This is a very simple thing to do. So this is just coconut milk, 1.5 cups. We've got 4 tablespoons of black chia seeds, which you pour into the coconut milk. You could use almond milk if you prefer. 1 or 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, depending on how sweet you like it. I don't need to have too much sugar. And then a tiny bit of vanilla. That's half a teaspoon of vanilla. And then you stir this up and put it in the fridge overnight. And overnight it will turn into this nice chia pudding. And then what you'll do is take 8 strawberries and blend those up or mash them with a fork, and then add it to this mixture here.
Once it's already been left overnight?
Overnight, and stir it in, and then you have this beautiful chia pudding as is. You can garnish it with some mint if you want. If the kids don't like plants on their food, then you can take them off and just put the strawberries.
Okay.
But you should try this. It's so yummy.
Yeah.
And such an easy
And I just had one
thing to
question
make.
for you. You mentioned like the snacks throughout the day. How many snacks do you want to plan into your child's routine?
Probably 2 or 3. So you would have breakfast, and then probably a morning snack, have lunch, and then an afternoon snack, and then possibly an evening snack or before bed snack. And that's because if dinner is at 5:30 or 6, depending on activities, and they're not going to bed till maybe 8 or 8:30, they might get hungry again. And again, small dinners might mean that they are ready for another snack. And make those snacks full of nutrients. They are an opportunity to get in those extra nutrients that they aren't necessarily getting in their meals, rather than making them cookies or treats.
Time for me to get my nutrients
Yes.
in now. Diana,
Enjoy.
thank you so much.